Good morning. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today's encouragement. How you guys doing? I hope you had a beautiful weekend. Happy Sunday. Today is Sunday. And let's take a look and see what encouragement Spirit has for us today. My name is Letty. I hope you are well. So today I will be releasing the third part of a reading that I started last night, looking into each of the signs and who is thinking about you and what are they thinking. Very insightful information came out. And so I did 8 of the signs last night. Tonight I'm going to do the other 4. So if you haven't taken a look, go over and take a look at that. I might post one of those videos up here. And so just to let you know, side note, I am experimenting on different avenues for my sound. And so bear with me, please. I know as I went back to look at the videos, the sound is horrible. It's crappy. And just trying to figure out what works best. I had a couple of people let me know that the sound is low sometimes. The sound quality is not the best. And so I'm just trying to find out the best way. I've yet to do that, but I've been looking and trying out different things. Thank you for your patience through all of this. And so let's take a look. Anywho, I digress. Let's see what energy is coming in today. All right. Let's see. So what is the encouragement today, Spirit? What's the encouragement today? What is the encouragement today? What is the encouragement today? Today is a good day. I can feel it. Today is going to be the best day of our lives. Just tell yourself that. All right. So today, first of all, I feel like there's the recognition of today being a good day, right? Having all of our needs met and some, right? This is actually above and beyond needs, right? This feels like very lucky energy that we're in today. My lighting is also boo-boo. But it feels like very abundant energy, more than is needed, right? More than enough. Abundance. And so today could be a day where you look around and realize that not only do you have what you asked for or what you need, you have like an overflow of abundance. And whether that's money, it could definitely be money. I'm hearing money. It could be energy. You find yourself having an overflow of energy today. It could be love. Maybe you asked for, a significant other, and you have 3 or 4 options coming towards you, offering you love. It could be anything. But I feel like the important thing is to make sure that we're looking at the right things. Make sure that we're looking at the right measurements that's going to give us the truth of the situation. Because I do see the energy of possible distraction here, which means that there could be other things getting in the way of us being able to see the truth of the fact that we stand in this very abundant, very beautiful, very fortunate energy, right? It's almost like the Wheel of Fortune energy. This is the destiny, like we've been destined to live abundant lives, not just to survive, but to thrive. And we get to choose that, right? By how we look at things, by the decisions that we make, by how we think about things and make those decisions. Ultimately, we're making our lives what it is, right? By how we perceive and what we give our attention and our energy to. And so Spirit is saying today to make sure you're looking at the right things, right? Because for some of us, I feel like there are things that have been sent to distract us. There's been people sent specifically to distract us and to act as like a decoy, right? And don't get it twisted when I say sent, right? There are things that are sent our way as lessons. There's people that are sent our way as lessons. You know, it's Spirit making sure that we get what we need also spiritually, in terms of life experience and things that's going to challenge us and position us and pivot us to grow and to continue to excel and move forward. When I say sent, I mean there are things that have been destined, is a good word. Things that have been destined for us. And some of those things are indeed trials. They're lessons. But today, I feel like Spirit is bringing forth the energy of this fortunate energy that we sit in, whatever that looks like for you, to make sure that you're looking at the right thing in order to measure that, right? Because, and I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. Say you have someone who has a house, their own house, and they have like a lot of land around their home. You know, they have a couple of little animals, a couple of chickens, a couple of cows, a couple of goats, you know, and they have a nice little plot where they can grow their own vegetables and fruit. Nothing extravagant, just, you know, a little something to be thankful for. And this person looks out every day at their home, right? At their home. And all they see is, you know, this overran land with, you know, probably droppings. You know, they see this little place over here that has the potential to be a garden, and it's overrun with weeds. And so it looks crazy and just, you know, uncared for. And so there's this disdain that they feel when they look outside, right? Now, for someone that may be living in an apartment, say, you know, someone that may be living in a place where, say, even they're paying rent, right? You're not paying towards your own wealth. You're actually paying into someone else's wealth, right? Not only that, you don't really, usually with an apartment, you don't have your own land. You're connected to someone else. So you're dealing with other people's stuff in an apartment, right? And so this person that has their own land actually is very fortunate. Now, what they do with it is another thing. The fact that they don't take the time to appreciate and to care for and to expand and to use that to enhance their life is their choice. It's unfortunate, right? But it's their choice. But it's how you look at it. The person living in the apartment will look at that person and say, well, if I had that, listen, I wouldn't have to go to the grocery store because I would have my own, you know, garden of fresh fruits and vegetables. And I would plant, you know, fruit trees on that land. And I would, you know, plant pens to keep the animals, within a certain area, so it depends on how we look at it, right? There's something that obviously has that person with the land and their home that's distracted and has their mind and their energy being poured into something else and not being utilized to actually take advantage of the opportunity that they have, of the privilege that they have. And so that's what I mean when I say, make sure you're looking at the right thing. And in that same way, even the person in the apartment has an opportunity to embellish, right, their circumstance, their home, right? We're all been given certain circumstances in life, and it's different, but there's always someone that would love, right, to be in your shoes, no matter how little you think you have, or no matter how crazy your situation you think it is. There's someone who always is looking or can look at your situation and love to be in your shoes. So it's a matter of taking a look at what it is that you have and appreciating that. Right? That was just an example. But for someone, I feel like you have more than enough. Like, you have more than enough. If you take a look around and take your eyes off of that thing that was sent to distract you and keep you tied up mentally and not able to really go out and take care of your stuff, turn that part of your yard that's overgrown with weeds, and I'm just talking symbolically, that part that's keeping you from going out and taking care of what you have because it has your attention and it kind of has you stuck and focused on it, that decoy. If you pull your energy and your attention back off of that and redirect that energy to your future, to the potential of what you have, Spirit is saying you would realize just how privileged you are today, right? And how lucky you are. I don't necessarily believe in luck. I do believe in destiny and fate, and I believe in karma. And I guess luck is a word that says, you were in the right time at the right place and you were prepared. That's what luck is. But still, it has a lot to do with us as well. What are we going to do with what we have? What we're being given. That's the real situation at hand. And I feel like there is possibly the energy too of maybe not even recognizing fully what it is that we have. And if that's the case, we might find ourselves like over in someone else's yard, admiring their stuff, trying to take their stuff when you have everything that you need in this lifetime. And if you don't, you have the ability to go get it, right? And so I guess this could also be a message of encouragement to be careful, to take note that we appreciate what we have, that we recognize what we have, lest we end up like with the scraps from someone else. Why would you settle for scraps for someone else when you have been given the best of what's for you? Does that make sense? Why would you settle for scraps for someone else when you have been given the best of what was meant for you? And when you cultivate that and care for that and water that and grow that, right, then you'll end up being the person that people are looking over your fence trying to see what you're doing, right? Possibly even trying to come over and sit at your table and get your leftovers. But somebody is possibly needing to let something go, to grieve it and let it go. It could be something that has been difficult in the past that you could still be hanging on to. That could be the distraction that's happening. And Spirit is inviting you in to grieve it and let it go. Okay? Grief is a very interesting process. And when it is actually honored, when grief is honored, it produces, I believe, a heavier weight of joy, right? Because grief looks like the old bag lady that's carrying all this baggage. So much baggage that she's hardly able to move from place to place. The baggage is weighing her down and restricting her movement, restricting the possibilities that are available to her or him. It could be a him too. But the old saying is the bag lady, right? But we could say the bag man too. But grief is a very interesting thing because it beckons and it clings, it demands a process. Grief demands a process, right? And it won't go away until we give it the process. And so there is something that possibly needs to be acknowledged and processed and let go, right? You know how we grieve our loved ones when they pass over? You know, there's this celebration of life that happens and we remember them. We have words, you know, we commemorate their works, you know, their legacy, the family. There's this process that we go through before releasing. Sometimes we need to do that with certain things in our life. Even ourselves, when we grow and become someone new, there's the need to grieve that old part of us that is no more, lest that part of us continue to hold on and not allow us to go forward and to be all that we're meant to be. Yes, that was a part of our life, but it played a purpose, right? It was not meant, right, to trail along for the whole duration of the lifetime. It was only for a season. Many times it was only for a purpose. And once that was fulfilled, then we, commemorate what that was, the part that it played. We're thankful for the process, for the lessons, for the experiences, for the wisdom that came out of that, and release it so that we can move forward to the next part of our journey. So there's some level of grieving that may need to be done. There's some level of grieving that could be being done today, right? And that looks different for everybody. But if the energy of grief is coming up, Spirit is saying, yes, it's a part of the process. Let it flow, right? However that happens, let the tears flow. Let yourself be sad for a period of time. If that's what you need to do, that's okay. It's a part of the process. But in doing that, I feel like that's going to release us to move forward. That's going to release us from something that is not possibly allowing us to see our fortune right now, this situation, this good energy that's around us right now. Seems like grief is like this overflowing cloud, right? That keeps following and raining on every party, every parade that you are a part of. That's because there's a process that needs to be dealt with, that needs to be acknowledged, that needs to be made available. There's space that needs to be made for this grief, okay? This process. But let's get some tarot cards. Let's get some tarot cards for us today. Grief, I don't know why we've come to believe that grief is bad, right? It's not. Just like the seasons, right? There's winter, summer, fall, there's spring. Each of them brings something different that's very significant, right? Just like grief is like a season of our life, right? And it's appropriate. It's bringing something that's going to be purposeful for what's coming next. And so it's not a bad thing. If you're thinking that it is, it's not. There's a time for it. Can you imagine what would happen if we skipped summer for a couple of years, right? Or if we skipped winter, or if we skipped fall or spring, how that would affect what's coming next. Everything is in line according to what's coming next, right? In the fall, all of nature is stripped barren, right? And after fall comes spring or winter, whatever the next season is. Fall prepares the earth and nature for what's coming next. It's very appropriate and very in line and aligned. But let's take a look, see what else comes out for us today. All right, so let's see. So we have the world coming out. So I'm feeling like there has been what could be perceived as an ending, but what it really was a completion, right? It was like your level up, right? Whatever season came to an end, this was the fulfillment. And this was your preparing again for what's coming next. Whatever ended, I feel like equipped you and prepared you. It was supposed to, right? Equipped you and prepare you and to give you. See, the world represents the major arcana. It is the last card. That means you have actually reached a level of, again, graduation or completion, right? This world card represents everything between the Fool, which is the very beginning of this journey, and all the lessons that incumbent, all the stages between to the very end, which is the world. And it is the unveiling of major processes, major lessons. And the world says that you have graduated. You have, in ending whatever this is, you actually have passed to the next level. You're ready to move to the next level. And this next level, I feel like right now, what is current? Now, whether you're experiencing this right now or not is going to be incumbent upon where your focus is, right? We're talking about that distraction, right? Where your focus is, whether or not you realize, because the season that you're in right now is the Princess of Cups. And this season is actually a happy season. Look at that. It's a season of dreaming, of new life, possibly new love, invitations. This is a season that you have stepped into after completing this old season. And so this is new. For many of us, we have stepped into new energy. And yeah, we're not very rehearsed because we just started a new part of our journey. This is new. For some of you, that may represent walking alone right now. For some of you, that could be in love, right? Opening up to new connections. For some of you, that could be delving into a whole different direction that you're being pivoted to walk in, right? Where you're learning new things, where you are open to new ideas, where you're actually experiencing, many of you are experiencing new things right now, a new way of living, a new way of life, things that you didn't even realize was even possible. A couple of years ago, I had an experience that just completely opened me up, cut me up like a knife, and opened me up to the fascinating things that were always there. I just wasn't ready for them yet. I wasn't ready for them yet, but upon a specific ending that happened at that time, that opened me up, that prepared me for that next season that I'm actually in right now. And yes, all of the things that led up to that point has been very significant with where I am right now. So don't get it twisted. Everything is purposeful, no matter what it is. You may be asking why. Well, why did I have to go through this? Well, why they don't have to go through this? Well, why is everything okay with them? And it seems like my stuff is like being redirected. It's because it's purposeful for where you are going, not for where they're going, right? But for where you are going. It's purposeful. And in the future, for someone specific, there is some significance around connections, around partnerships, around, for some of you, this could be proposals coming in or some level of sharing. It could be love. It doesn't have to be. But there's going to be some coming together of sharing of ideas, of experiences, whatever level that's on. It's not just going to be you, okay, is what that's saying. In the future, someone's going to share in this experience. For some of you, it's relationships. For some of you, it's partnerships or just connections. But it's going to bring about the unity and sharing. That's going to be the next stage, right? It's going to be adding on to this experience that you just stepped in. And twos, just talking about the future, twos are very significant because they're talking about choices and crossroads that we come to. And so there's going to be some choices that you may be brought to in the future. Also, I feel like this has to do with the recognition of things like balance and duality. It's understanding life in a greater measure. One of the things that was mind-blowing to me was that, the duality, right? So many times we're taught to think a certain way, but the truth is, it's bigger than us, right? And to understand that means to open up to many different ways of seeing things. And so that's in the future. There's an experience coming for someone that's going to broaden your perspective and that's going to broaden your horizon as well. Now, there may be some challenges currently being experienced around possibly not feeling connected, right? The Eight of Pentacles in this situation feels like having something that you can pour into, something you feel connected to, something passionate that gives you that sense of purpose with life, right? That's the the challenge right now. Maybe you don't have that. Maybe you don't see what that is. Maybe you don't yet connect with what that is for you at this moment, if you're just stepping into this new season, or if you've yet to step in, if you've yet to realize the energy that you're in right now, the space that you're in right now. This would be a challenge because you're not sure like what to be diligent about. But this is the energy that will help us to connect. This is the energy of mastery. And I really do think that that starts with self, along with this journey, this path that we're on, that we're finding so much joy in, and finding so much to live for, and so much to experience and explore. It starts first with ourselves, mastering ourselves, learning ourselves. And a part of that too, I feel like ties to, finding out. Part of that is finding out those parts of us that never got a chance to be healed. Mastering ourselves, finding out what still needs to be grieved and released, right? That has been a very significant part of my process. Is, dang, I didn't realize that was still there. Let me go ahead and take care of that. Let me go ahead and make space for that, which is such a beautiful thing. But for someone, this is mastery. This is coming in as a challenge, and it starts with self. And that is going to be the opening to that passion, to that craft, whatever that thing that we've been guided to. It's naturally going to evolve. We're naturally going to evolve into that, right? And so right now, this is the challenge. I feel like Spirit is very much involved with that process too. And the outcome is the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. A lot of masculine energy. A lot of taking yourself seriously and understanding your potential and what you have at your disposal. The King of Wands is very bold leadership, very courageous, charming, inspiring, very witty, motivational. It's someone that's able to get out there and make anything that they need happen because they realize they have all of their potential, all of their resources. It's all within them. They create their opportunities, right? By knowing self. By knowing you are that one. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is abundant, balanced, solid leadership, wise, someone who's a very wise resource manager, right? He has all this available, right? And knows exactly what to do with it. It doesn't just go to waste, but very secure and prosperous. Even to the point where he becomes a resource to others and very generous as well. This is the new beginning, the new start to a life that you may have been craving. Not, in the middle of the night, you get that sweet tooth and you're like, I just want something sweet. I don't know what it is, or what do you want? I don't know, just something sweet. I got a craving, but I don't exactly know what it is, right? It's kind of like that, right? You've been having this craving for experience, for growth, for expansion, right? For passion. You're not sure what it is. Not sure what it is. You have a craving for life, not sure what it is. Well, this is what it is. The Ace of Cups. A new way of experiencing life, to the point where you find yourself bouncing out of bed in the morning because you have everything to live for. You have everything before you. You understand the position that you're in. and that you have everything available to you to create the life that you want. Yeah, that's the message and the encouragement for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Spirit wants to satisfy that craving. And so I hope this hits exactly where it needs to hit to cause the light bulb to go off. Because it's you, okay? It's you. All right, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. It has been Blood Moon Oracle, here to feed you the goodness of life, okay? All right. And so until next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you like this video, check out this video here that I'll post up above. See if you like that one as well. Sharing is caring. It helps the channel to grow and helps it to reach people that may want to tap into this kind of energy as well. So thank you for all of the support and the love. And I'll see you later when I do part 3 of my all signs reading, okay? Bye.